Omaha's news leader, chronicling the stories and people making a difference in our community. This is KETV News Watch 7's Chronicle.
I can clearly remember the first time I used, and I knew it was for me.
Today on Chronicle,
I would provide drugs for my mom to take care of my children.
It's America's forgotten addiction.
Meth is a very cruel, evil drug.
And Omaha is caught in the crosshairs.
What comes across the southwest border comes right through here.
Chronicle takes you to the front lines of the meth epidemic.
We are seeing methamphetamine at levels that have never been seen before.
The fight to get the deadly drug off our streets.
The fact that there is such a demand for meth in this country, people should be alarmed.
And help those in its grips.
Addiction is a really, really tough disease to battle.
You wake up and you give your will to God because you can't do it on your own. It's that powerful.
Thanks for joining us this morning for Chronicle. I'm Rob McCartney.
And I'm Julie Cornell. Despite an alarming spike in meth seizures, the drug remains in the shadow of the opioid epidemic.
But experts from all sides say we need to recognize the magnitude of the meth crisis.
And to do that, you have to understand the gripping reality of the addiction.
I can clearly remember the darkness, so dark.
Beth Robbins Ellis recalls a past filled with pain.
I had a lot of deep hidden secrets. You know, I was in such bondage from the things that had happened to me in childhood.
Her father died in a drunk driving crash when she was only 3.
That had spun my mom into a schizophrenic state of mind.
She grew up in a home filled with trauma, sexual abuse, physical abuse, domestic violence, and addiction.
I just ran with drinking until I was 25 years old.
It was 2003 when the young mother discovered meth.
I can clearly remember the first time I used, and I knew it was for me. It had numbed all of those feelings that I had had. It had gave me a sense of purpose. It energized me, you know, to be a mom. It kept me going, and eventually I was just physically numb.
In 2005, Beth became pregnant again, but her addiction to meth had already taken a strong hold.
By that time, I was so far gone that I continued to smoke meth every day through that pregnancy.
On New Year's Eve, she gave birth to her second child.
She was healthy. She did have traces of meth in her system.
2 days later, Child Protective Services came to her hospital room. Beth wouldn't be able to bring her daughter home.
For me, I would say that that's probably been my life's biggest pain. I got sober for a while, but it just wasn't my time.
Again, the young mother relapsed.
Before you knew it, I was just completely addicted to meth all over again.
Beth said she started hanging around with the people she used with, friends she grew up with, her ex-husband, even her own mother.
Me and my mom used very frequently together throughout those years.
By this time, Beth now had a third child to care for.
I would provide drugs for my mom to take care of my children. And so that was kind of the relationship we had. I wanted to be out running the streets, getting high. In order to keep my mom happy, I would then provide her meth.
In October 2009, Beth had her children taken away from her.
You would think that that would be the end of my addiction, like I'd be ready to work on myself, and I wasn't.
She says it only made her use more because she didn't have children to care for.
I had freedom to be able to do what felt so good.
But what felt so good to her mind was taking a toll on her body.
I was in a deep psychosis. I was probably 92 pounds soaking wet.
Her teeth were decaying. Her complexion was turning green. She would stay up for days on end.
Meth just makes you feel like you have a superpower. You don't have to eat, you don't have to drink.
For 6 years, Beth found herself in the grips of meth addiction.
I would cut my son's hair, you know, in the middle of the night while he was sleeping. And, you know, I would find things to do that were just so bizarre to just keep my hands moving and my brain going. We would take apart computers and try to put them back together. You do the most bizarre stuff. It just takes a hold of your brain.
Methamphetamine enters the brain incredibly fast, just in a couple seconds it's there.
Dr. Kenneth Zuha, addiction specialist at the University of Nebraska Medical Center, says methamphetamine is so powerful, it can change your brain the first time you use it.
It just releases so much more dopamine, and that's the reason why it's so addictive.
Methamphetamine use is most common in lower income populations. People are most likely to try it for the first time between the ages of 18 and 25.
They will tell me that they were hooked on it the very first time that they used it, and that it was impossible to quit after that first time. It It was such a euphoric experience. They had so much energy and so much pleasure and so much motivation to do their life. They wanted to feel like that all the time.
Zuha says researchers see increased use among gay men, and it's often found among the club drug scene. But he calls it an equal opportunity drug and says some families are genetically predisposed to addiction.
I think it had to start with my grandma, who was the leader of the family.
Beth's closest family members were no strangers to addiction.
Grandma was using meth, yes, grandma and grandpa. They were actually drug dealers.
Beth's grandmother, Janice Volpaka, was indicted on federal charges. In September 2003, she was sentenced to 9 years in prison, but it was a turning point for the family.
Since her prison sentence, everybody's kind of found God. What once was a party house, and a drug house, today is where we hold Bible study.
Well, Beth is now 10 years into her recovery, and this is only a small part of her remarkable journey. But she's just one of millions of Americans who've tried methamphetamine.
And to understand just how this epidemic took hold, we have to go back to the beginning. See, 2019 marks 100 years since methamphetamine was first created. The man-made drug was designed in Japan in 1919 and first used by soldiers in World War II. It was used to increase productivity, keeping them awake and alert for days.
Well, decades later, in the United States, it grew in popularity, prescribed in the 1950s as a diet aid and even used for depression. By the 60s, the pharmaceutical methamphetamine had flooded the market, and it was easy to get and often abused. And in 1971, the creation of the Controlled Substance Act made it illegal, and it forced production underground.
The DEA says in the 80s, West Coast motorcycle gangs refined production and created a product derived from ephedrine. It was twice as potent. One pot cooks popped up across the country, including in this area, buying cold meds to make their meth.
Back in the mid-90s, late 90s, early 2000s, the Midwest, Nebraska, obviously super included on that, was you had the small toxic meth labs, and the Midwest inundated the entire United States and led the entire United States on the number of labs. When you look at the farming communities, they are very right, because some of the contents used for farming, such as anhydrous ammonia, was used in the production of methamphetamine.
Then as homegrown labs blew up or were busted, the supply dropped, but the demand was still there. That's when the cartels came to cash in, and the DEA calls it a deadly resurgence.
America has an appetite for drugs.
Assistant Special Agent in Charge Steve Bell calls it a consumption problem.
Methamphetamine is a relatively cheap high that people take advantage of that and unfortunately get hooked on it and require more of it.
It was pretty rampant. I remember it was very rampant in rural areas because we had
the small toxic labs.
Once a domestic issue, the government cracked down with the Combat Meth Act.
In about 2005, Congress actually got it right.
Homegrown labs seemed to disappear overnight as the clampdown on cold meds made it difficult to make meth. But the cartels took advantage.
They took over the entire meth market for the entire world.
Cartel chemists in Mexican mega labs developed a new technique to make meth, and they flooded the U.S. market. How does it compare to local meth?
It doesn't. It's a cheaper high, stronger high, and with a more pure product.
The meth comes up from Mexico. Bell says cartels will load 10 to 20 vehicles with meth, line them up at the border to get their product through, knowing one or two will likely get busted. It's just considered their cost of doing business.
They developed a system, a production system, a transportation system that would rival Amazon.
Now, once across the border, drug mules will move the meth to destination cities like Phoenix, Denver, Chicago. Interstate 80 is a major east-west drug pipeline, and with I-29 running north-south, Omaha is caught in the crosshairs, making it a hotbed for meth.
When you look at the interstate system here in Omaha, it makes us very ripe and very attractive for drug smugglers. The drugs come up and the money goes south.
Why the seizures? Is it because there's more of it, or is it because you're just getting better at it?
You know, I want to say law enforcement has been fairly good at getting the seizures. Unfortunately, there's a lot more of it. You know, it's when you look at how methamphetamine has evolved over the past 20 years domestically, the cartels have capitalized on that, have been able to make the product a lot cheaper, purer, more potent, and been flooding the market. When you look at the seizures that have occurred on at the ports of entry, I mean, they're just staggering. And that accounts for very little that actually gets into the United States. You start to understand what a drug problem the United States actually really has. You use the term drug war. Truly, what is going on in Mexico between the cartels fighting, innocent people being killed, it is absolutely a war going on. If they capture somebody, you know, they behead, skin, shoot, burn, you name it, they've done it to these bodies, and it's just, it's amazing the power of money and what it gets people to do. And it's all behind the drug trade.
And he says, make no mistake about it, the cartel kingpins are billionaire businessmen.
These cartel leaders are absolutely rich, and you know, and it's they live the high life, and they are in a position where they can influence you know, police officers, politicians, judges, and you know, they basically run the show.
And the DEA says the biggest asset of the cartel is its creativity. They watch how the markets move and they adapt.
They come up with new ways to brand their product and make it more appealing.
Yeah, meaning even more demand for their already massive supply.
When you see the seizures that occur and you get 10, 20, 50, 100 pounds of methamphetamine, when you break that down to what that actually means for the community, the dosage units you prevented from hitting the street, it's actually really astronomical.
To put things into perspective, Bell pulls out some evidence. You're looking at 32 pounds of meth. That's just from 1 or 2 cases this year. Just 1 pound is enough for 3,200 individual doses.
This would probably get a person high for 24 to 48 hours.
Last year, the DEA Omaha division alone seized about 450 pounds of meth in the region.
We are seeing methamphetamine at levels that have never been seen before.
And Bell says the cartels are getting more creative in how they get it here.
Now we're starting to see meth that is suspended in liquid. We've seen it in gas tanks, mixed with gasoline, diesel fuel, windshield wiper, radiators. They get pretty innovative in trying to not lose their product to law enforcement.
Does it work?
Sometimes.
And they're more innovative in how they market it.
Almost exclusively now, you find the organizations that use the big shards, crystal, the glass-like material, because there's been a marketing saying this is the biggest, baddest methamphetamine out there.
Bell takes us down into the depths of the DEA building, where they test the drugs they seize.
There it goes.
So it's immediate.
So it is. You can see the bluish color. This would be a positive presumption for the presence of methamphetamine in the substance.
He says the colorful varieties of meth popping up on the market are all just a branding tactic.
When people started adding color to it, it attracts a younger user. TV hasn't helped in that situation. You know, different shows on methamphetamine. The first one is Breaking Bad. People believed that the blue meth was the most powerful and potent, and when in fact, blue is just a color additive that is added and marketed by the drug trafficking organization to convince the user this is the biggest, baddest stuff there is.
And with people trying meth at a younger age, Bell worries that means more customers for the cartels.
You're in these schools and the kids come up with the most fascinating questions, but you know, they get educated quite a bit from TV, and you have to be able to separate reality from fiction, and it's amazing what they pick up on TV and the questions that they're asking you. When you get a first grader asking you about kilos of cocaine, you're like, how does a first grader know anything about kilos of cocaine? You know, but they do. Hopefully not from their parents, but it's from the television, and because that's what's sexy on TV is drugs and violence right now.
We're gonna win this thing?
You know, I guess that would depend on what's your definition of win. At the end of the day, a win for me is is measured in one life at a time. You know, I can think of no greater tragedy for a parent is to see their kids become addicted or sadly overdose and die.
Next on Chronicle, the DEA warns of a new threat on the horizon.
Fentanyl-laced meth could be on its way to Omaha, increasing the danger to users and to law enforcement. Stay with us. You're watching KETV Newswatch 7's Chronicle.